All right, we're gonna be talking about episode 51 of Beyblade Burst GT. Get hyped. Right off the bat, I'm super excited for next week. Mostly just because we get a more glimpse into sparking. Because next week is actually the final episode of GT. It's not 51. It's either people were clearly not paying attention at all, or whatever the case was. But yeah, we're gonna talk about this. It is Master Dragon. Delta and Drum combine their efforts to finally stop Ween. Really cool. Really want to talk about it. So, all right, we're gonna be talking about the episode. So we'll first go over the episode, then we'll go over sparking for all the news and everything. So obviously, victory is whatever. I got the previous point. Continues off of there. And what's really cool is that we actually see Aiga super ecstatic for the both. So this scene right here, they're both really happy and they're both really fired up after seeing Aiga's. Aiga's super excited, Volt's super excited because when they saw Drum's match, they're like, "Wow, that was so awesome! Wow, they're so cool!" And they're really amazed with Drum and the fact that Drum was able to do what he could and everything. It's just really cool. They're just amazed at that. Well, not just Drum. They're amazed at Drum and also Amane. Too. They're just amazed at the whole victories, team just going up against Hell and everything. Obviously, moving forward, Arthur is angry because he's like, "Oh my God, you said the Big Bang armor was supposed to make me invincible," and Arthur, unfortunately, does not have a big brain, and for some reason went up against the person who he knows his weakness and was not smart. He was cocky, and Ween criticizes him. I think he's just "What do you want?" or something like that. And Arthur's trying to talk smack. I don't know why I don't get why Arthur's trying to talk smack. Just because, it was his fault that he lost. It wasn't like Ween said, you can't burst. But obviously, if you're not smart, you're gonna lose. So Ween's up, and it's really cool. You get this really nice character mode with Amane, Drum, and Delta, if you want me to say Delta, Dante, and Armin, where they're trying to decide on who goes and everything, and they all have a good laugh, and it's all really happy. It's all really happy to see them all happy and everything. It kind of does redeem the fact that this whole arc really was dragged out. They're all having a little bit of a laugh. Fumiya is goofing off, saying, "Whoa, what are those guys doing?" So they're trying to decide on what to do, and I think they do was a John Ken, rock, paper, scissors. So instead, which is a big difference between the manga and the anime, Drum is gonna go, and Delta lends him the Master Lair base. Now, this is different from the manga, because in the manga, the reason why Delta gives Drum Master is because Imperial cracked from all the battles that happened, and Delta lends it to Drum, so Drum can use that to actually, it's sort of the same idea, but a little bit different. Very subtle differences, but not really that much between the final battle. Actually, okay, there no more to think about. There's a lot of differences, but still, it's nice. Drum blesses. He's very happy that Delta has changed so much, because before in the past, Delta kind of was resenting Drum, and now they become good friends. So Dragon switches to Master Dragon, which is honestly kind of a stick name just to say. They think it looks cool. He's gonna get ready, and they have the whole little thing where they all put their fists together. They put their base together and all bumping. Then after they're gonna get started. So this one will be interesting. This is, I believe, to is it 3 points or 2 points? I can't remember, but no, it's up to 2 points because Amane got a burst in it. Yeah, okay, it's up to 2 points, right? So they're doing the battle. He holds up his bait, Master Dragon. Ween is analyzing it. So the reason why Ween does not like Drum and everything is because Ween sort of has isolated himself from everybody. And that's why he doesn't like Drum. That's why he doesn't like the victories and everything, because he kind of feels just alone. That's why, that's why he has these tendencies where he'll try to analyze something. If it doesn't go his way, I'll get really upset. That's why when he said, "Oh, your Dragon base is going to definitely break and I'll make sure of it," when his calculations failed, he realized, "Oh wow, it's because I really haven't been thinking about Beyblade. I've been thinking about Beyblade the wrong way." I think the Avatar tries to talk to him, but Ween is just not having it. Doesn't do anything. He's not talking to him. And that's the thing too. So if you don't have a connection with your Bae, going off what this show has shown, like you're not going to be able to actually win. Although I was a little bit surprised, and I don't really like the fact that it happened. I don't really like the fact we're getting this dragged on to another episode. But yeah, he starts thinking about the previous match that they had, and he gets angry, like angry. He has a breakdown. He freaks out, and he awakens to his really long-haired form. I don't even know what you call it, just like evil Gwyn. No, awakened Gwyn. So he's getting ready to launch. They both launch their bays, and Master Dragon looks super cool because he got the eyes on Diabolos and the eyes on Dragon. Thought that was really nice. So Dragon is obviously going like crazy, and then after Gwyn goes on like the Hasbro part of the thing, the battle axis, whatever we're gonna call that thing, and then he just goes around, activates Superior Turbo, and he's going after Drum, and you get this really cool shot where he activates Ignition, and you just see this. This was a nice, like this like. Burst, for the most part, the battles aren't really all that good. Like, GT has a couple of good, like, really a couple of good ones, like, where the avatars, like, interact and, like, where, like when Apocalypse stabbed Diabolos, that was really cool. Or, like, the shot now and shot before when they had the match with, like, Ignition, like, those shots are really cool. Now, Gwyn has a new move, I believe it's called Superior Big Bang. But, before we get into that, Drum goes full-on Gold Turbo. This is a new shot. As you can see me somehow having that little thing there. Gold Turbo activates, Dragon goes at it, and you get this really cool shot. And I like this, is when Dragon's spinning, Gwyn's hand like grabs it, and it transitions to Gwyn, yeah. So then after you get Superior Big Bang, and that was really cool. Now the thing is, it was really cool to see, and I think this was more cool for how the CGI looked and everything, rather than the animation. There's no real, was it Sakugage, I believe was like the right term to use, like when there's like a lot of good animation and something. I think it's going to be the same issue we've had before, where it's the final battle's not going to get the proper treatment, and it's always going to be the one before it for some reason. I don't know why. But the real thing I like about Superior Turbo, just to mention this, is that I actually like how Genesis actually has the white inverted to black. And I don't know, like Superior Turbo was so cool because it had the concept of like the hyperflux, whatever you want to call it, and it was just like, I really wish we got like a version of it released, but that's besides the point. They're all going all out, Amane, Delta, and Drum, and you actually see it was really hard to get this shot. You can actually see they're yelling and all the avatars come out. That was really cool. And this one was really, really stupid, but basically the blue, the green, and the red fused to become Rainbow Turbo. I hate the name so much. I hate the concept so much. Okay, because it's literally just, it turned into a rainbow, but okay. Hyperflux turns yellow. Okay, Dark Turbo is just, the big turns black and it has like little particles or whatever, right? Fine. Then what's Rainbow Turbo? Like, it's weird because not explain this turbo. So this, like, can you have custom colored turbos? That's what my question is. Because you saw all the colors. Can you have, I don't know, silver turbo? Like, where does this random anime power up go to? Where's the logic? I don't know. Friendship is obviously magic in this case. For Burst, I don't know why I said that. I just thought of that because like it's rainbow. It's like, all right. Friendship wins! Not today, Gwyn! So basically, a Rainbow Master Dragon goes up against the Big Bang. Yeah. Oh, and there's this cool shot where they're all transitioning to do like the punch, and they do, what is it? So you know there's Ultimate Breaker, so they have a move called Ultimate Upper. Hits it, and they're both clashing, and Gwyn has a flashback to when he first met Drum. And it's really, Gwyn, I like Gwyn a lot. Gwyn definitely had it, like, compared to Fi, like, there's more substance, I feel like, to Gwyn than there would be for Fi. I don't know why. I really like Gwyn. I think his Bae is cool. I even think him as like a character is really cool. Like, Fi wasn't that bad, but like, when you compare the two. Oh, and you also get this, I hate this in Burst words. First of all, if your Bae gets knocked out of the stadium, it's not, oh, if it touches the ground first. No, if it's knocked out, it's knocked out. Dragon hits the floor first or whatever, and then after it's like, oh, the point goes to, I hate when they do that. It's so silly and dumb. But yeah, Gwen definitely kind of looks scary. Drum's a little bit upset, whatever. They're watching the match, and he makes this face. It kind of looks a little bit creepy, the expression. I think because he's realizing that him alone is not going to be able to win this, and maybe he's going to have, I don't know, I hope he gets something cool. Anyways, Glide Ragnarok has its own showcase on the CoroCoro YouTube channel. Now, honestly, looking at it, it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. Sorry, I was just trying to look at it. It's really tough to make it out. Like, on the colors of the... I'm really confused on what the colors of the chip are supposed to be. Because if you go on, like, the official images for Glide Ragnarok, right, and this actually has a point to what I'm saying. So I really just guess it was the lighting in this case that was the mistake. Because when you look at it, the chip clearly looks just pure silver. So I don't know if they're using a different chip or not. Or maybe it's just the way they took the picture. But it clearly, like, on the packaging, it's silver and everything. So I don't know what, or... Because it's transparent. I can obviously tell that. So I'm kind of curious to how the picture originally got like that for the actual product. Maybe this is a case where maybe they just had the separate assets and they just photoshopped it together, because I don't know if they're using a different chip or if that's like the actual thing. I'm assuming that's the actual chip and it's just the pictures make it look like it's gray and it's not. You get the 1S chassis. So what 1S chassis means is like it's compatible with discs. Anything that's not a single chassis, let me rephrase that. Anything that's a single chassis, that's compatible with discs. Anything that's a double chassis is not. So I rephrase that properly. For some reason, Revolve looks like it's spinning a lot. Like it, for some reason, outspins Hybrid, which is a little bit weird. By the way, it goes up against Flare Dragon. Again, Flare Dragon's like, put it up against Judgment. Maybe I'll consider it to be good or not. But it beats it. On a separate video of TT. Show off all the parts, and just showing this part of Wheel. Wheel looks like a really bulky and crazy disc. They show off Revolve, yeah, that's what I was mentioning, how it looks like it's spinning a lot more than usual. They show off each of the parts individually. Super curious to see how it works. And also you can see it's really weird how the teeth and everything on this system works now. Like, it's a little bit crazy, So they show off the chassis. And then after they show off Glide there, and then they show off the chip, and then after they do a little battle, and for some reason outspins Genesis Hybrid, which really is weird. Beats Heaven. Blah blah talks about the launcher and the sparks. We also see a new render for Hyuga. There's some other stuff too, like we see Silas and Rantaro. These are new shots that are from like the you know, like they have like the little they have the trailer, and then they have the teaser thing they always play at the end. Those are 2 new shots. And by the way, for the episode, it's gonna be Rainbow Turbo again, and it looks like Aiga and Volt are like watching. So I'm excited to get this really cool shot with all of them, and that's really cool. I don't really understand how this fusion thing works, where it's all the avatars at once. I understand it's supposed to be they're all together, but like, it only really makes sense if Dragon has Diabolos with it. Even not really, because it's, I don't know, because what they're trying to go with is like make it like Zero G with Synchrome. Like Synchrome made sense to like the avatars where they were fused or whatever, but it doesn't really make sense why all 3 avatars are there. It's really weird, but it is cool. I think just to end it off and just talking about this, since I talked about the Glide Ragnarok. Personally, I like the whole thing with teamwork built on GT. I like the idea that these people have to learn and they realize, okay, you wanna know what? I need help from my friends. I need all this help, because if I don't, I'm not gonna be able to do what I need to do. And that's important. And that's why we see people like Gwen, who has done self-isolation, have not ended up so well. Or like Arthur. Even though Arthur, I think, was written, at least in the anime, to just be completely dumb fodder. But I like this. This episode was good. It's solid. Following next week, there is another episode of GT. I said this before, but April 3rd is when Sparking is coming. As of right now, as this recording. I will do my best to do coverage on all the new stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That's it for now. Bye.